What up, everybody? Let's see. We're just live. I'm just doing some trades. So I'm live. Let me see. Share. Facebook. All right. Chat. Live chat. Okay. Live chat. So I'm gonna put this up here. What up, peeps? I got some volume. You hear me out there? Y'all hear me? Thumbs up. Give me all right. Head for days. Yep. What up? Do I got some volume out there? Yeah, so let's see. I'm just getting this all set up. So, finally got the key. So this is Beast Mode Trading. So night or day. on my soul. Messenger. Yo. What up, Beast Crypto? You hear me? Mic check. You in? Yo, hit me up if you got a mic check. It says when my mic is on. Let's have the music up a little bit. Alright. Yeah, I know. Alright. So what do you think? I put the logo right there. I have the chat. But it took me a minute to like figure out how to do the chat. Yeah. Right now, hey, what do you think should go over? I got so on persistent, right? Traded it right here. Can you hear the music too? I like to listen to music and like, you hear the music a little bit? Barely. You want it up higher? Can you hear it better? Alright, that's better. That's better for me too, because it's like a little louder. I just didn't want to. I have the mic like closer to me, but the radio is way in the back. Yeah. You like it? That's because that's what I listen to, the old school. I know they got a playlist right here. Just real quick, so I watch. I like this song, so I'm gonna crank it. I'm playing Busta Rhymes right now. That's my playlist.
See the website's line trying to block my shine. Don't you know you never will stop my grind in a drop top down like I don't got time. Got everybody surprised that I won't drop down. What's on your mind? Best get me off it. At least quit lying. Let's keep talking. Gold and I said best keep walking. Go ahead and someone send a love to the office. A lot of y'all got strong like that. Shout it.
Yeah, shit's going up.
With a brand new swag and a brand new folly and a brand new rag. Give a damn who saw it.
As far as like the crypto market, yo, yeah.
Ain't nobody ever stop what I'm doing.
See, they want you to fail, but you gotta be like,
don't believe them when they try to say it's over. You know exactly what to tell us. You're a champion. Any situation when you might get fed up, gotta stay focused, homie, keep your head up. And don't really matter what the next one is doing, homie, gotta handle your business and you better step up. Look to the fullest for the dream, you're pursuing, ain't nothing in the world gonna really stop what you're doing. No matter what they be saying, nigga, don't quit, cause you know we gotta keep it moving. Hey, take a look and see yourself in me, cause it's all about we, me, and you. Just your winner when together, so we can be the best that we can ever be. If when you grab me the first one, I stand it. If you try to shut me down, I won't have it. I'm so stubborn for this fuck shit, you know my motto don't stop. I see it in your eyes. It ain't hard to tell. They're watching you. Can't nobody ever stop what I'm doing. Just tell them you lie. They want you to fail.
yeah. So the crypto market, look at Dogecoin, up 22%. Damn. XRP is up 15%. Yo, it's still there? Yeah, the crypto market looks like it has a bounce. Still, I'm not 100% convinced. You know, I have you know, I have trust issues, and even though we have a nice pullback, yeah, if we can reach 50, let me see. We got 2 viewers. Yeah. Right now. Oh shit, Daniel should check it out too. I seen he just popped up on the chat. Oh wait. You know what I did that I had to do? It was easier. Was I put Messenger on I put Messenger on on my browser, so that's how I could have shared, because there was a share button, and I copied the link and I did it through there. Yeah. Tell them, get on live. Damn, persistent keeps on pushing up. I didn't get no cells up there. But yeah, still. But Yeah, so you know, I'm always looking at Theta. Theta has a good turnaround usually here. I'd be buying. I had orders right here at the 650s. Theta. I have Theta up. Let me see. I think I only bought a few though. I should have got filled at 350, at 650. And it's not showing my trades, limit orders. So those, not those. But that's the thing, I trade Theta through the phone. Here I can't even see it. So, you still there, Justin?
Sometimes it's hard to keep it real. You see the love is in life, but the fortune in flame. Like them Cadillacs with sunroofs.
I'm just figuring out how to do it. So, I don't know why I'm talking into the phone when it's over here. But I'm just looking at the biggest riser. Dodge is up there. It's the biggest gainer besides Pearl. Let me keep it on number 12 for the music. I think like that you should be able to hear me better.
Following sing to it, homie, I see it all. If you ain't knowing, I've been through it. In other words, I didn't stone to the cold and rain. Everything still the same. Can't control how I feel. Sometimes it's hard to keep it real.
Yeah, Theta is coming up, so I think it's time to buy some more. So I'm gonna buy it through my phone here. I'm gonna look at because I don't trust the Theta, the book here for Theta. I don't trust it through the book because for real, through the book the numbers are different, and when you go through the phone and the app, like these and on the website, on the main website, they're different. So that's why I don't trade Theta through the browser. Let me put this. Watching all the rich niggas, the younger thugs who try to choke and try to get niggas, thinking about my mom and pop while I monopolize it. To hell with just getting by and economizing. It's kind of hard being humble in the belly of struggle. But I think there's still going to be a pullback. That's the thing. And I sold a lot of XPRT right here. You seen that?
Everything's still the same. Can't control how I feel. Sometimes it's hard to breathe.
Yeah.
Niggas riding weights and riding benches. Niggas riding weights and riding benches. Take the dubs out my system, replace them with prisons. I'm sick as momentum, I'm seeing symptoms. Symptoms, pippin' records, ain't no sippin'. I'm just smoking hell, Mary smoking ninjas. Why these niggas riding weights and riding benches? Niggas riding weights and riding benches. Find me, I'ma find a lot of being a bachelor. I'm taking hip hop in the hand, and my plan is to love and look after her. My duties, they kill, causing havoc, massacres. Extra protection and wrap it up. I'm still alive cause I got to drive the crash and kill all of the passengers. Done fucking walk away afterwards. Pressure, that ain't nobody. No, no, no. Pressure, that ain't nobody. No, no. Pressure, that ain't nobody. No, 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 no. Fuck it, bringing the noise. Now I'm bringing the noise. I'm singing with joy while they calling the boys. Can't call on the men, so they calling the boys. You can't call your boys, they take off and deploy. Unloyal, turmoil, two things I avoid, two things I destroy. I cut that shit out like it's sat in my chair. I'm a barber at Floyd's. Cut me out, then I'm coming back just like a keloid. I'm observing like I'm the fly on the wall, nigga, Pink Floyd. Temptation on the highway, no hesitation. There's an issue I can pull
If you
up
didn't
in
know,
your
I sold out
driveway.
pretty much all my XPRT here. I'm trying to buy it back down here.
Niggas riding weights and riding bitches. Take the drugs out my system, replace them with prisons. I'm sick as momentum, I'm seeing symptoms. Symptoms, pippin' records, ain't no sippin'. I'm just smoking hell, Mary smoking ninjas. Why these niggas riding weights and riding bitches? Niggas riding weights and riding bitches.
Haji, tell them nigga, shut up, nigga. Big shoe, nigga, put your one up, nigga.
So here they're selling it now. See if they can flush it all the way down.
Take that, take that. Get the cop ready every time I gotta clap back. Every time I do it like we serving and we running on an express train, like we running on an Amtrak. I got so much money, why you niggas buy cars? I just buy up 10 man's back. Relapse back to when I used to rob niggas like I really called the flashback. And then I feel it again until I hear them again. It's getting really again. We got frustrated until we open the floodgates.
I'm actually edited into the title.
Take a look, my niggas, open your blinds up. Got a little cushion could grind up with a new bad bitch. She a one of a kind slap. Locking the town. Padlock fucker, I'll be locking it down. Back block fucker, I'll be locking you down. In the cash cop, nigga, you could give me my crown. Give me my shit. We ain't got no choice. Every time we come, we must control shit. And when your bitch flatline, let me begin over on the road, bitch. Little mama got a hand out. Let me tell you something you can hold quick. Cause you might need help. With the girls, let them grab up on my whole dick.
No preparation on the highway. If there's a destination, I'm gon' pull up in your driveway. You ain't a starter, nigga. Niggas riding weights and riding benches. Niggas riding weights and riding benches. Take the drugs out my system, replace them with prisons. I'm sick as momentum, I'm seeing symptoms. Symptoms, pippin' records, ain't no sippin'. I'm just smoking hell, Mary smoking ninjas. Why these niggas riding weights and riding benches? Niggas riding weights and riding benches. We don't fall for temptation.
No.
Contemplation, hesitation. We call on experiences. Wishing for some inspiration. I'm not waiting in line, nigga. Time to wait and in the promise haven. I'm Franklin in GTA when I'm going instantly. This ain't not in the busted or wasted. I'd rather be wasted than busted though. She busted open when she touched her toes. Touch me, I'm eruption. Electrocuted like a tremolo. I got my spoon in her gumbo bowl. Smoking Super Bowl at the Rose Bowl. Cause I told her smoke. Your opinion irrelevant. I am the room. I stepped into the elephant. Money first, nigga. The pussy, the predicate. Pussy, the antonym. You is fucking relevant. Get this shit. Fuck with celibate. Fuck it and sell it quick. I just be relishing. Moving and save you and you the embarrassment. I'm drawing back to the source. My immediate heritage. Who is gonna stop me? What the main fucking question is,
What up, peeps? Place to be.
They see my name in my town, say I cell. Almost a year ago, I got a phone call from Mel about a mutual friend we both. Caught him now, it's certainly on. He's in the Broward County lockup. $500 for bond, and I had won the battle then. I had a couple of hundred. I'd rather give up my loot than have him caught up in dumb shit. It's not the 5 bills chill, it's more the principle. My friend got out and acted like that loot was dispensable. I treated brother like ventricle, and you can be a lot of things without your friends except for invincible. And so I met Incredible Bulk, a super zero freak full of talent but not destined to jump. Cause if he would've realized he was destined to fly, he would've floated in the sky. Instead he feared he would die, and so I let him sink back into the darkness. My shoulder grew cold every time he passed by my apartment, admitting this is truly the hard shit. I had a bro in H2O, but now the water tastes like arsenic. He was down to eat, never down to cook. Always seemed down to sleep, but never down to look. Y'all know this type of friend, and even probably got one. They never trying to drive, always trying to ride shotgun.
They see my name in lights down, say I changed. They so cool, I know that the eyes that get me, and all those people I call my friends, let it go. That's why I never call on y'all to be around, cause you see how this money can change everything.
Now here's another story that I got to tell about a friend I had that never thought of shit but himself. Ignorant, spoiled child music, and he's glad to dance. He's half a man, the type of cat to date your sister if he had the chance. Call up the ambulance, I got a dying friendship. Feed the flames with X's out at clubs and secret fences. Hexes right back on anyone who I was once cool with. That turned a half circle, now they acting like school kids. Move in and smile in your face with a bruised lip, then chew, spit on you and then act like it's tulips. This one be hitting close to my bloodline. I bury bad friends, I only wish I dug up time. There's no going back, we all see peace. The road to afterlife is long and some walk between streets.
They see my name in lights down, say I changed. They so cool, I know that the eyes that get me, and all those people I call my friends, let it go.
Yo, are you still on YouTube?
That's why I never call on y'all to be around, cause you see how this money Listen, sometimes I smoke a cigarette and then I think and I choke on how niggas still was funny style when I was struggling broke.
It's easier for me to just talk, you know
still
what I
kind of
mean?
funny when I ain't have a nigga still a coming.
I'm kind of figuring it out now. You can hear like the music better, and I'm just
shit, niggas
listening
was
on
trying
top
to
of
be
it.
loyal just to maintain a friendship in the wrong
'Cause I'm gonna, like,
situations. Thus, there's always a simple. And with the wrong motherfuckers, cause they supposed to be people. As I get more money, days get colder. I learned to realize that power only lies in the hands of the beholder. So then I start to harden my heart as I walk like a soldier, moving so militant. You think I had a chip on my shoulder, living by morals and principles mainly, having heavy thoughts to kill my brother every time them fuckers betray me. But now I'm winning with the strength of a nation. I promise they're not even foreseeing the size of the shit they'll be facing. I'm aftermath now, shit's getting worse. Now when them same friends see me glowing harder, shit be making them hurt. They see my name in lights down, say I changed.
It's up
They
23%.
so cool, I know that the eyes that get me, and all those people I call my friends.
XPRT 23%. Taking some. You know.
That's why I never call on y'all.
Sad as that, I just accumulated a lot.
This money can change everything.
I think I got everything running.
Hey
I think
fellas,
so.
I think you might want to
Anybody
sneak your
pops
ratchet in
in,
here for
that'd
this
be
one.
nice. You give
Hey
me
ladies,
I don't know who else is listening, but
yo, Nas, I got a big bet in the streets that you knock their ass out in the first 30 seconds of the first round.
yeah,
Get 'em.
XPRT, there's just a couple of buy
Shuffling
orders here, and
thoughts,
the next
got paper,
time
but
it'll
I'm
be
lost,
dropped down to
losing
18,
focus.
back
What a
to
nigga still
1107.
hustling for. My seed is straight,
I
the
sold
family
my last
settled.
one
Out of time, get the
at
man in trouble.
11:15.
When wifey touring, my life get boring. Start to remember all types of torment. The devil's
I don't know if I
calling,
got
but
to
I
sell
don't
at
answer.
11:20.
Mom passed with cancer, leaving
I have
behind
buy
2
orders,
granddaughters, 2
so
grandsons, 2
11:15,
nines
so
next to me in the phantom. Who lying? Big screen documentaries of Idi Amin. Dada. Trying to stay away from creeps with their bullshit, trying to pull me back in the streets. War stories, funerals where fans be laying from a dreadful slaying. viewings at the wing. Nigga sit stiff in his Ferrari, no casket with his eyelids still open, kinda spooky. Iceman watch on the suit Gucci. I'm above the standard, but dudes is more zealous than Branford. Thinking you're too rich, they wanna gun you, kidnap you cause of they hunger. But you fucking with hunters, camouflage in black hoods and dump clips. Cause real niggas die for dumb shit. Camouflage in black hoods and dump clips. Cause real niggas die for dumb shit. Fight this, come on.
Check that out, is that better? Music thing. Oh, alright. I just figured out how to do it so like you get better sound quality. But yeah, I'm just looking at the XPRT trade for the accumulation, and there's big orders I think they're trying to like sell it out. But I started selling like here when it broke with a little bit and it didn't break. Can you hear me now? How about the can you chat on what's gonna call it on the YouTube chat? And let me know if you can hear me a lot better. I turned it up, kind of like adjusted it a little bit.
Watch out for salmonella poisoning. I know a kid who throws shit in your food and say that's the way you kill a man, avoid the shooting. Hey.
Should the music be a little bit louder? Okay. That's better. Like, I want it there, but you should be able to hear me now. I can control like the audio that's coming off like the desk. But Theta looks like it was breaking out too. This is like one of the structures here, especially off of this, like a triple bottom that it did. And this is on the 1 minute chart, so I trade like the short term. And the bottom I have the 8 minute, but for the long term I trade like the 2 hour. So on Theta, on like this is a little bit over 2 hour chart. They take away the fractals. These are the fractals, so just so they don't fuck with nobody. And this is like the volume. The only thing up is the moving average, but this is for Theta. It's still on a downturn. This is kind of support. So this is like I've been tracking for a while. So this consolidation is like where I sold some, but I've been buying it all the way down. Like, started buying it at $9 and then all the way down from $9. I was able to buy it at $5.50 though, which is pretty low, but that's because I was buying it a little bit every day. So I think like the best strategy for long term, obviously I'm holding it long term, is just buy a little bit every day, no matter what the price is, because it kind of helps you average out over the long term, especially if you're holding it over the long term. But the structure that Theta is making here, this is still an ABC correction. It's not. It's kind of like a V bottom, but it kind of did the same thing right here when it went from like $6. And you can see like when I was tracking the buys and sells, and it went up to $9, and it was just disappointing. Once it couldn't sustain this one, the load up zone, and I've had that zone for a long time. Yo, am I talking? Justin. Like grenades, tanks, a couple fighter planes. I'm decorated in metals, stripes like a zebra. And by the way you rapping niggas, I don't like you neither. I mean either proper grammar, pop a cameraman on that rap DVD.
propaganda, yeah. Willie the kid, I ain't one for the shenanigans. Niggas strike a pose, leave you froze like a mannequin.
See if there's anything else I should be stretching out this one.
That's when you get a nigga thinking about. No, you gotta come into you. When a nigga throw a ski mask on, run up in your house and wanna do dumb shit too. You're rolling the dice. While a nigga that be struggling, trying to make it through the crisis. It might just make him wanna act up a little bit depending on the new gas prices.
That's always a strong support level. Sucks. That's a strong support level, but that level sucks. That sucks. That Theta might be going down. The important ones I lock up so I don't move them by accident. Damn. This is the best levels you can get. He's 376. Holy. That's like the lowest of the lows right there. That you can probably get Theta at with the given structure that it's doing. So make it, it's just to help me draw it better. And it did do that. It's crazy how it actually did touch that level back in May 19th. Almost like a retest. May 19th. Can you hear me? How is everything? If you're still listening. I'm kind of reading it. Even though I got, let me see. I can put the messenger like on another screen here. Just so I don't have to look at my phone. I'm actually ready to pull the trigger on even buying or selling more Theta. I'm not sure. Okay. That's better. I'll keep it at 30 decibels. Check it. This is 35 decibels. Negative 35. This is 40 decibels. Which one's better? Yeah. True that. So if it gets recorded, it's recorded. Because I'm kind of looking at Theta, and you know, this is on the daily chart. So on the daily chart, the pullback that happened, that it went down to like 520, I got some at 550 just with the order. That was just like a day I was really busy, and that was the day I was really busy, and I put an order in for 550. That's in case it got hit, and it did get hit. So, but everything was selling off. You know, I didn't get to sell any on that sell-off that happened. Last time I was able to accumulate was a while back, and then they're just buying it all the way down, bought it all the way down, and then did some accumulation trades here, which was like the end of May. And then it just kind of consolidated. I think I sold some, you know, but I definitely bought it back around like the $7-8 range. So I was probably averaging, the batch that I had was averaging like 9 something, and then it started going down, so I started buying more and more, buying the dip, and I kept on dipping. And that day it was like kept on going down. I'm like, I thought 6 something because I did a big order, like it was 670 or something, like the 677. I don't know, but I did post it up once. I thought that was low, and that was at the just below support. Yeah, it might have been, yeah, around this red line. So that support is like, sucks, especially because it hasn't been tested that many times. So I'm looking at, it's like it could go back down to the $3-4. You know, this structure here should have been a breakout, but it did break out a little bit, but it couldn't hold that zone. And these are like all old marks. So that's why I like this whole bounce is like a little bit suspect. So I mean, the best that I'm thinking, because this is kind of early, you can get the bounces. Like Theta can come back up to like the 1050s, which is kind of a lot. I think like the most it can get up to is maybe like 840s, around the 840 mark. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like right here, like this was when it was, this was a firm support resistant line. There was a lot of like volume in this zone, like the between 926 and 890. So you can say like around the $9. And now this is just the first test. It could stay in between here. I mean, if down the trend line here, it could be another flat top. You know, instead of doing that, I like to keep this just because the structure broke out and it retraced like it's supposed to. And it's supposed to make another structure right in this area, like support. It should have, if it would have made a structure, like say like traded in a channel between like the $10 and the 750s, it would have been more bullish. But it actually like dropped all the way down to like 520s, and now this is just the first pop. It's big, you know, say from 520s to like the peak, which is 760, which is still pretty cheap. You know, that's up 45%. So yeah, that's why the account looks like persistence is giving way a little bit. I just want to see the order book, how that's going. You see all my sell orders here, and my buy orders are right here. Maybe I should mark these. Let me mark these. Yeah, hey, don't be afraid to hit the chat. I don't even know how to do that. Let me see. I guess it's only red, right? Buy. Oh, I should write buy top because that's buy top line. And this one is buy top and bottom line. So I have, this is 2 orders here. Top, buy, top. So that's the top. That's your right top box. Top of box. So it looks like it's getting a little bit weak on the book. There's still a couple buyers coming in. The volume, another reason is because the volume is more tending towards the sell. Like the higher volume is people selling it down to the big orders, and the big orders are just coming in. So it's just peeps, new peeps getting in now. So that's what's going on. Our peeps that weren't in, they're getting in now, and they're getting sold into. You know? But that's why it's popping. A lot of people, probably a lot of new people bought this, especially after this breakout, after I traded this channel, started going up. But yeah, I'm hoping that it comes down, because I pretty much gave up all of them here. Back to Theta. Let's get back to Theta. What do you think about ADAD? ADAD. I haven't looked at it in a while. Let's go in there. Like, that's not one that I track. It's up 6% right off the bat. It actually looks pretty good on the breakout. I mean, everything had a pullback. Other than that, it's holding since the beginning of the year. Pretty good. So all crypto, you know, I've been trading this channel. Let's look at AD. Take this fractal off. Let me take off so we can just look at it. You know what I mean? Taking everything off. This is a point of control. So, but I'll take it off. So this is looking at it on the daily. In 2018, it was 2 cents. March 2020, it was 2 cents. So, I mean, now it looks like a good time to buy. It's making this like horn structure. So it's doing like an open. It's kind of opening up. Typically, this is like, call it like a trumpet. Because you also got to look at the volume here. So this is on the daily, and I set the volume up tighter because, you know, I like day trade, like a day trade style. And at the same time, if crypto was like weak, then this could be a little bit bearish. It could be just a top consolidation. If this consolidates for a while between these levels and then comes down, then it'd be short-term bearish. So like the strong hold zones would be like right here. I mean, even if it gives up that zone, if it breaks this, if it breaks that line, then, you know, we'd have to find a first support, which is right there, right around here. So that's if it breaks that. Other than that, say, does let me extend this line first. Here. So this is the important zone. So a breakout above, I say $1.56. Right here, $1.56. I'd be bullish up to the top here, like 360s, you know. But whether that's gonna happen, you don't know. Other than that, it could trade like back and forth. So this is like what we'd want it to happen, right? But we know that would happen only if it does that, if it breaks above this line. And that's pretty much the support there. And you gotta kind of figure out like what wave you're in. So if you figure out what wave you're in, and this is on the daily, on the long term, you always, most likely, since everything was a pullback like that, most likely you traded the fifth wave already, this short one. So did this 1, 2, 3, the longest one, right? 4, it retraced, and then this is the fifth wave. Alright, so that's basic, simple on the long term. So that's why I say everything's like suspect, because you know, if we did trade the fifth wave right there, like this is on ADA, if we trade the fifth wave, then we gotta expect a 3-wave correction, and you don't know how, you know, an ABC correction. So that's the thing, you gotta know which wave you're trading. So say this is first wave A, B, I can say right now, since this is a strong zone, we already said if it breaks this level, then it's gonna introduce a lot of buying, short squeezes, and it could, you know, make it up to there. But since it's the fifth wave, if it is the fifth wave, more than likely this can bounce up to this 150 and then come down. But a good thing about it is that it's only come down from the same length as this. So if the C wave is, you know, it could stretch a little longer. So if we find this type of support over here, and this is like a very weak support zone. Actually, I'm gonna draw a square instead, because like this trading here, so something more like this, something to trade into that level. So I don't know, and that goes pretty much for all crypto. You know, another thing is if this is wave 5, if that was the fifth wave, which the pullback was pretty strong, and it kind of fits the whole long-term wave count kind of fits, and this fourth wave pullback also fits. You know, the only thing is, you know, this probably retraced back down to like the 0.27s. If I put like the Elliott one on here, it didn't pull it back that deep. So actually it did go past it. So let me go to find wave 4. So here's wave 4. So it did go down to the wave 4, so we can call that wave 4. You know, if I was to trade it like ADA, that's just looking at ADA. What do you think? So this is wave 4, and that's the fifth wave. So let's see if I look for the fifth wave where I expect it to extend. So the fifth wave also extended pretty damn close where it should have. It retraced back. It extended 100% almost to the 127. So that's pretty damn close. Let's see, what's that first retracement? If I pin it to the top of the box, or say almost right on the 127 extension. So ADA, as far as all crypto, they should have another drop, but this is more than likely on this pump. It might get the push it needs. Me, I'm in like Matic right here. I put some loot into Matic while I'm holding, while I have to wait to get the money out of Coinbase. So I was gonna convert it into USDCs and then transfer it that way. But I've just been watching Matic. I'm down because I just bought it like a couple days ago. So I have to wait one more day to actually withdraw these funds, like turn them into USDCs and then withdraw them. Right now, Matic is also doing like a bullish structure. I know you like Matic too, so let's look at it. Matic. I should have got Doge, I think. Like, it was just, I don't know about Doge. Yeah, so I bought it right here on the first. Oh, it wasn't there. This is a couple. I'm looking at the 1-day chart. Oh, right here. Around the 130s, I believe. A couple days ago. I don't know. I gotta see history. At 115. No. I'm gonna buy it at 115. Either way, I'm not up. That's my point. So I know I bought it lower than what it is now. But Matic looks like it's a good buy opportunity. If you like structures. I'm just gonna put this because I have it on. Yeah, because it looks like a head and shoulders. I just wanted to draw it. There it is. So, it's kind of like a longer term look at it, and the price that it's at now is a good buy. So price expectancy, which is not there. We retest the top here, which is 143. So right around there. That's what I'm expecting. The price is down now. But it should be more like this if it is a true head and shoulders.
escaping the guard, you better find a getaway before I start wilding like Haitians and Jamaicans when it's Labor Day. Khaled every time.
Yeah, so right, doesn't matter how I draw, it's always the same thing. So that's the target zone right here. But it's down now. So what do you think, ABA? It did Matic? Looks like a small head and shoulders. Tight head and shoulders. But if I zoom out, it's not as tight. It broke through the neckline a little bit here, and just retracing. So I call this an impulse one wave. It's impulsive, and now it's retracing. But like I said, with everything else, it might just be another sweep for the bad guys. I mean, either way, 682 is cheap for Theta. I just want it back down to like the 640s. I have orders at 640.
Sitting on a couch, smoking up memories, pouring Jack Daniels, toast to my enemies. Fuck beef, nigga, I ain't got the energy. Take the last shot to the dome, John Kennedy.
Yo, Justin, Corey's killing it, huh? He's up 10% in the last couple of weeks. I know he said he had $1,000 goal. I mean a $10,000 goal, and he hit it. Now he's up to like almost $2 grand. That's fucking awesome. He's up almost another $2 grand after that. Oh, and if anybody's listening, drop something on the chat. I'm looking at Theta right now, but I looked at Matic. But yeah, I'm just chatting with my buddy here, going live. I made some trades, waiting for that bitch to come down. All right, yeah, nice that you're listening. Yeah. Oh yeah, you buying options? Like straight up naked. Yo, do it on. Actually, if it's easier on the phone, because it's like easier for me to look at the phone, looking at the messenger. But I do have it up there. Yeah, I'm saying that's how you do it. I mean, like, you know, I'm doing like safe trades and stuff, making a little bit, and then Corey's banging it out. Like that's what you can make a lot by doing buying naked options, up and down. Yeah, it's like with the decay of Theta, and then you guess you can do it, but for the most part with that chart, might as well pull it out, right? So if anybody's looking, they get it for free. Let's pull it out. Let's pull out the Bible. But if you're buying naked options, it's better to get it like long term. Yeah, Robinhood is I've been with them for a while, but they like a little by little they've been getting better and better. And now with their IPO, I don't know, but I have talked to Robinhood people like a couple times just for like stuff that happened, make sure my account was flowing. Yeah, always. I see Daniel. Did Daniel get on yet? Daniel should get on. Yo, and I found a thing for crypto. When crypto's weekend, I'm we're gonna do it Friday. But anyways, what we were saying about let's go back to the naked options. I'm gonna pull it out. So I think that's in trades to learn. Alright. That chart that I made, that I drew out. I'm not sure if it's on trades to learn. I'm gonna find it though. Oh yeah, I found it. So I'm gonna bring it down here. Bring it down. So this is free ed, right? You with me? It's free ed. So I'm looking at theta, and then this persistent is the trade I'm in. Now it finally, you know, I got out early. Now I'm kind of back into, you know, my break even would be around $11, because $11 when I sold a lot over $11. So at the same time, this is the trade. So you see, missed this big jump, this impulse, but at the same, I know the thing is that I know this is the third wave. We're gonna have a 50% retracement. So this is like on the 38, I think, and then this is on the 50. And everything about it tells me balloon pop. So I'm just watching that at the same time. Same as theta. It's like, I know I'm gonna hold the 650s that I bought for a while, and I have some orders at the 640s. But if theta breaks down below 640s, then it's probably gonna be a little bit before it goes. What happened to the picture? Okay. Let me find the picture again. I found it. Finally, see? Matic doing the pop. Got Matic here on the left. So this is the theta chart, the theta decay chart. I should actually open up. I'll open up Thinkorswim too. I'll open up Thinkorswim just to make it easier to look, to see. I can like just make it sharper or something. Clarity. I want it clearer. Keep doing the same thing. I want to like zoom in, and I use the mouse, and it just goes to pictures. But you with me? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth and as such viewers will experience buffering. Oh, explain it. Elliott wave, yeah. So, real quick, I guess I can just kind of do a real quick search, but like on the books that I shared, that one's on there. So, Elliott, we'll start with the 5 wave because that's kind of like the basis of everything. This is kind of like the basics of Elliott wave. Is There's an impulse wave, and you can use them on any time frame. So let's see what this says. So it's like all you can read Elliott wave. I'm just gonna look at. I just want the picture. So this is. This is Elliott wave. So stocks go up and down, and they'll go up in waves on all different time frames, right? So let's see if I can get copy image, and then I'll put it into Paint. And Matic is taking the move, so it's moving. So this is it's gonna be like crypto is gonna go up, but it's gonna go up long and slow. But Elliott wave, you got 5 waves up, and then an ABC correction down. That's pretty much it. So always like one wave when you see like the peaks and valleys in stocks. So let's see, and let's just do this time frame. This is in theta right now, right? Why I think it's gonna go down. And this is on the 12-minute chart, and I have like my trading view all set up, so it's kind of like got everything like the way I like it. So here's the 5 wave, like I just right now. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then look at now ABC correction, right? So why do I think theta is going to go down? Because of this. It might not be perfect, but A, B, and C correction. Same thing I did with the ADA. So that's pretty much the way it goes. It might, because this is a deep correction here from the wave 5 to the A, which is the first point. The B, this can be B. It can go up a little bit higher to make a B, you know. But this can be B, just saying, it can be. It's all theory. And then C is going to be lower than A. So technically, if you use this and then look at the support, so you see this like head and shoulders right here. Let's just draw it up. So this is theta on the 12-minute chart. So head and shoulders. So head and shoulders is it can be bullish or bearish. It's not there. It's 1, 2, 3. So it's one shoulder. The head. The other shoulder should be here. That's the other shoulder. And that's a 5. So it really doesn't fit, but it just didn't go up as high as it should have. But still, the structure that it made is this V recovery. Kind of like you can count it as a head, because everything's not like perfect. So, and going back to this, so here's the 8, like I should put it right here. Yeah, you got me? See, I just learned that little strap. Right price is always guessing. We do our best to get a 5-star trade. Exactly. My saw wide head and shoulders on BTC earlier. Yeah, so pretty much you can say what's happening now is everything was so everything's euphoric. Usually on the fifth wave, it's a euphoria. This is the balloon pop. So I like doing those trades because you have the potential of it going down. You can kind of bring it down right here, and usually I like to trade the C wave. So I don't buy on the retracement if it's on the fifth wave. But you can say if the C wave happens on Theta, for example, then yeah, I would have to sell. So that's what happened. So this is and now you can count this as the first impulse wave. So if this happens, you know, ABC, I mean 1 through 5, for the Elliott wave count, if this is correct, then this actually happens and retraces down, then you can keep going from there. Well, then what may happen, and the reason I did this was because I'm looking for a support level. So this is a support level here at these two peaks. Obviously this area here, this was definitely a support level because it made a B bottom recovery. So I like to draw V bottoms like this. I already have it set up because V bottoms are important. So, and then you can call this one a support wave. I always have S/R for support resistance, and then that way you know that it'd be a strong support for the upside and a strong resistance for the downside. Let's see how I can get back here. Settings. So getting back to the Elliott wave, they have a bunch of subwaves. So this for Theta as the analysis right now, this is a subwave for the 12-minute chart. If I go back, because I've been tracking Theta for a long time, so you'll see, you can see where I set it up, the ABCs back here. You can tell when it has potential of breaking out, when it breaks the structure to the breakout, and then you can just guess. So you see I wrote third wave here. This is just an early analysis, like earlier. You can see I wrote a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC. It retraced. Now it's making another one, but you can have long counts. This is on the 1-hour chart, so you have long counts. See how I just like on here, every drop I did the analysis, and I was like, well, this is my target area, so I can't sell until it gets up there, just for a resistance area. So it could have been prices that haven't happened yet. It's always gonna bump against resistance because like people think that it's too high. That's just one of the main reasons why things are sold off or pulled back is because the price is too high, so they start selling or taking profit. They don't think it's going to get up there. But with this Elliott wave count, say this is correct, now I can do this. This is how I get levels for Theta. If Theta holds the 612 support, that's as low as it can go, is 611. If it drops below 611, then it's definitely got to be another wave down. Then we'd have to call this. Then the ABC would be right here. That would be A. B would be, that could be B, right? Which is just one impulse wave, and then C. So that's why earlier I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, it can go down to here, the 370s, worst case scenario. So that looks plausible. I don't know how to, I'm on the other screen trying to look at it, but I can't see it. can't see if there's anybody there, but I have the chat down. So yeah, for the Elliott wave, it's like that. The B can't even go up here, but it can't go above like the 0 mark, the high, the last high. If it goes above, then you know this is, you can't, then you can, you know, the theory is null and void. And look at Matic, huh? Look at that, huh? I just seen it from the corner. I told you there's a breakout. So here's the breakout. Matic is right up there. So now look at the order book. Slow this down, right? So, I mean, it's at 117.10. Keeps climbing a little bit. There's large orders up here around the 118s, 115s. But hey, it's pushing, it's trying. That's like, there's a word on the street, people are buying. But that's what's going on with Matic. So that's the thing with Theta. So Elliott wave, there's 5 counts up, and then there's always an ABC correction. Where's that picture go? Yeah, so there's 5 waves up, and then there's an ABC correction. But there's always subwaves. So you see in this picture, you can see the 1, 2, 3. Let me zoom in. I might put it on here. Oh, I'm on paint. Okay. So there's subwaves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within those waves. You just gotta know whether you and the best wave to trade is like the wave 2. That's when I'm waiting for confirmation that it's on a new trend, and this only happens on trend changes. So I hate going back to that chart, but because I've been tracking Theta for so long, and I got all the marks on there, probably for like a year. But that's what I use. Elliott wave. It's got me like know when to sell and do like retracement trades. But you see, within those long counts, there'll be the small ones. So there'll be like the, let's see if I can find. See, this would be the long counts here, and the smaller 5 count waves, they'll go. I pretty much take them off because they clutter it. I just leave the long counts on, and then I put it like that if it's important. So from down here, this was the second wave, that's the third wave. Fourth would have been this support of the 3670s, and then the fifth wave is pretty much right there where the second wave was. See, it works. It gives you the levels. It just doesn't give you any timing. There's a way that they study timing, but it's kind of like a theory that you can't do. I guess you can a little bit on the chart, but at any moment people can just buy and sell, and it really has nothing to do with timing. So like timing the whole thing is, I didn't research it because I'm like, I thought what I think, and I could be wrong, that timing the Elliott wave would be like a theory that you're wrong maybe 60% of the time. It could be right 40% of the time, but for you to be right 40% of the time, you have to do so much studying as far as like timing where they're gonna go. I use timing mostly like visual, just like I know how far they're supposed to stretch, how it's supposed to look. Like if you see all these pictures, you kind of see that it stretches. Like this 4th to 5th wave, this is wrong. So this is wrong because the 4th wave can't go lower than the 1st wave. So, same thing here. The 4th wave can go down, but not lower than the first wave, because then it's null and void. You gotta like figure something else out. But I don't know. What else? What do you think? His let's see, this chart. This one kind of measured. This one you can do. So when you're doing the retracements, you can figure it out. So let's do this one. I'm gonna put. I already drew it out, and I already like hypothesized an ABC correction on theta since it did this already. So we're gonna see if it followed the Elliott wave theory rules, and all these waves should end up on Fibonacci levels. So yeah, Elliott wave used Fibonacci's, because that was the basis of his whole theory, was the Fibonacci's. And like Fibonacci's, you know, the theory's pretty, it's just one of those things you can't explain why it works. I just use it and that's it. Look at Matic. Here we go. This is the bust out, the breakout right here, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I need this to go. See, it's going, baby. So I'm looking. I want to get my money back. I'm $6 away from even, so I can't even find my history to see where I bought it. But you still there? Anyways, I'm gonna check these Fibonacci's and see if wave 1, 2, 3, 4 landed where they're supposed to go. So I already have it all set up. So we're gonna use the magnet. Go from wave 1. I'm not gonna use the magnet. I'm gonna go to wave 1. So we're looking for wave 2. So this didn't retrace to 50%. So because this is pretty strong peak bottom recovery, this didn't retrace 50%. It did like more of a 4-wave retracement. So this one retraced down to the 0.38. And fix it just so you can see it better. So wave 2 retraced down as if it was a wave 4, because wave 4 can retrace anywhere around here. Now we're going to see where wave 3, from this point, where wave 3 should have landed. So we retraced. So this is wave 2. No, this isn't wave 3. Yeah, wave 3 almost hit another 100% retracement. So they say need that same. I just saw looking for the app to track. Ooh, you know, WO. But yeah, you can kind of modify these and like list them. So this one was this Fibonacci. It's looking for wave 3 projection. So wave 3 projection right here between the 100 to the 127. It didn't go all the way. That's why it's a kind of this is a weak impulse wave. It should have gone to 775 before retracement, but it didn't. So now we gotta look if wave 4 retraced where it should have, and hopefully it did, because it'd make it a strong bullish pattern. But right now it's weak. So wave 4 going to be the same. Wave 4 retraced, pretty bullish because it retraced down to the 0.38 again. So wave 4 is good, so that way you know that I'm bullish. But the third wave should have gone a little higher. And now for the fifth wave, I know that it should have projected it higher than what it actually went. Third wave, I'm kind of like a little disappointed on because it was weak. So the third wave to the fifth wave is nowhere close. So that's why it was weak. The fifth wave, if that's what happened, it should have gone up to like the 830s. So Theta's busting out right now, trying to hit $7 against 692. So we'll see where it peak out. So these levels are good, but still see that happening. Just because the Fibonacci's the bullish projections didn't line up the way that they should have. The retracements were perfect. These retracements were perfect. You know, if it traced down to the 50% would be more bullish, but that's probably why the projections are kind of weak. And since it's kind of lost this, we can kind of figure out where the low is. And that's what I mean. Look at Matic again. It's getting pumped. It's making another, see, this is a nice bullish structure flag, and it's breaking out. Usually I like buy it there, and $4 away from being even. I think I had it at like, I bought it at a good price, but Matic is not something that, it was more of a trade. See, it's pulling back. So yeah, if this is the ABC, look, I think I have this set up for the C. So I don't have to see. Usually it's, you kind of have to see the pullback. So this arm or whatever, this arm could be the same distance or bigger. So say that's the pullback. The C target would be down here. So below the support resistance, but you can kind of call here. So that, if that happens, it would be bullish because it's strong support. That'd be like the best price you can get. Me, I'd rather buy like a little bit higher just because I don't want to not buy. So if it doesn't touch that level and you have your order right here, then you're not in unless you're watching this. And that's the 620s. I did buy it at 650s, so bought the 650s, which is above this channel. So let me take these out of here. I'll remove all the Fibonacci's, just so it's not cluttered. But I'm definitely gonna keep the wave count on there. But I use the tool and then that's it. Take it away. This one I should make like a, you know, I'm gonna turn this into a AB projection. So yeah, what do you think about Elliott wave? I mean, there's a lot to it. That's like the basic, and then there's the 1 through 5, and then the ABCs is like the basic for it. But then there's patterns, that happened. Let's see, where's that drawing? Actually, yeah, that's the basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC down. And then there's a couple of rules, like wave 4 never goes past wave 1, never drops below wave 1. And wave 3 is always the longest. There's never like the shortest amount of time or the longest. That's why it's best to jump in at wave 2 because you get the most projection. The most gains happen from wave 2 to wave 3, and then wave 4 to 5 is kind of short, but the thing is, if you don't sell at the top of wave 5, you're riding the ABC down. So wave 5 is always the balloon pop. Wave 5 is always euphoric, and it's kind of like when everybody's in the market buying everything up. So that's kind of like when you want to at least take profit. You don't have to sell your whole thing, but if you have like 100 shares, sell the 25 to buy them back at like wave 1 or wait for the whole retracement. And IWZ, it's clean. It trades this a lot, so that's why I know there's a lot of traders, because they're all doing the same thing. So when everybody's buying at the same time and selling at the same time, you can ride that knowing that they're using Elliott wave theory. Let me see if I can get in. Let's see if I can get in. Because I have EWZ like tracked. I tracked EWZ like I do Theta for stocks. So I have like the whole charts like marked up for like years. Where was this one? Yeah. So going back, that's kind of like a good level to that channel. And another thing that'll give you more conviction is the volume. So you see how there's some sell volume coming in. So this little pop right here was mostly sell volume. And volume profile is another thing I use. So this is the volume profile. So that's volume profile. I have it for the days. So each profile represent a day. And here you can see like most of the volume was traded point of control, which is right now 597s. And it's just dropping slightly. But next, like here, you can see the big volume that was traded. Obviously it was mostly buying. So I was just trying to figure out. So the blue is to buy, the yellow is to sell. Here the blue is to buy, the red's to sell. So the inside is to sell. So there was definitely a lot more buying volume here, and that's what caused this V bottom recovery. Before that, was a lot of selling volume. So volume profile, using all these tools, you can kind of like make good trades. That's basically it. Using the tools, kind of figuring this out. Sometimes you don't want to. I don't want this to happen. That's the thing. It's like you're fighting with yourself, right? I don't want this to happen. But you have to trade it, and I'm not selling it. I'm not going to sell this. I'm actually not going to buy it. So I'm just not going to buy from here down until it finds support more like around the $6 mark, or at least around $6.20. I have orders at $6.40, but I still have funds that I like to throw in here, and if it hits this trend line, which I think it might even break it, that's the thing. So Theta, this is could be like the first pullback, you know. So if this happens, this is all theorizing, but yeah, either way, you have to do it. So here's the breaker structure, right? A, say that was B, that fifth wave was B, and then C. That's because this is too sharp, and for this thing to continue up, it's not gonna happen. So as for a long count, for the long count retracement, we already know that the big drop, you can call it that as A wave. B wave could have just happened right here with this one, and then the C wave is going to be pretty much the same distance from here down. So if we do that from here down, you know, that's possible too, because that brings you kind of lower. And I'll leave that there because that's theorizing. Give me all my tricks. You get my tricks? Hey, remember to scan the QR code, get you to the website. See, taking all the rest, but if it doesn't go oh, I gotta read too right here what you know, what we're catching up on. Let's see. Yeah, we're talking about Corey. You know, that's good. Hey, you know what? You can't knock just because you be hating. You can do it. What setup it? Oh, which setup is it? Oh, like yeah.
Unprecedented, I submitted you changing your flow up by helping you grow up. Niggas know you for silence, so toe up. Challenging niggas better hold on the balance. The niggas fuck around and stuck your body parts in the canister. Niggas like you don't know that.
So pretty much that's it's all theory, but this drop, and even if it goes down here, it actually make it healthy. Like if it goes back down to $4, $4 Theta, still be healthy. It's just like I put a lot in staking, and I'm not gonna pull it out just to sell our retracement. That thing is going up. I'm holding it for a long time. You know, I have some in the account that I've sold back and forth, but right now, since this is like for the long term, it's an accumulation phase. So even though it's retesting bottoms, which bottoms in Theta is extreme, and they've been just kind of wicked, like just big wicks that come up and down, don't even last like an hour. Bottoms have been around like 550, 530 around there. But it could, this is just like a retest, $4, and I'm not gonna like unstake Theta just to sell. Even though I could, like, if I sell it at $8 and I buy it at $4, I'll end up with double the amount of Theta. But I'm not, I have enough to play with, and then I like make enough to play with, and then I'll put some in stake. Yeah, but that's crazy thought. If I sell my Theta and I buy it back and I double the bag that I had, you know, it's tempting but risky as fuck, right? What about CLOV? What's that? Crypto? COLV, a crypto? Or is it a stock? I think I logged into my account. Let's see. I'll wait till that loads up. drop this. Actually, I gotta put this tag on just so you know. I have a tag I put it on so people don't see my account number and stuff. Oh, is it a real? Is it stock? Stock. So yeah, without knowing nothing, and of course, like Elliot's just Elliot Wave is just like it's all psychological. So it's like kind of like did the research for you, so you don't have to like get into that, and it's just the wave count thing. So you just kind of follow a theory. It's not 100% correct, like down to the nuts. Okay, so it's not crypto, CLOV. Cover Health Investment, or Clover Health Investments. Let's see. Damn, that's an impulse wave. So looking at the 1 hour chart, there's the triple bottom, retest the lows. This is that structure I was talking about earlier. So it's like that, like a trumpet I was calling it. So you know how, that's why I say it's a bullish, because usually when you see that, like a trumpet with ADAD, actually you can go back to AD and look at it. But it's kind of like a wedge. Usually like the wedges peak out, but this is more like a trumpet. It opens up. It can happen from the top or the bottom, so it could be like the flat side would be up. Actually, that's probably better to do it with the different tool, just because it's this is actually like a flat bottom. Kind of like that, and went up, hit that line and through. So, and having that big of a impulse, which is, you know, also it could be news. So it peaked out 320%. That's a lot, right? Now, if we try to see where the retracement is, it's already retraced it a lot lower than, let me just put like a second wave. So actually, yeah, it retraced down to where it should have for the wave 2. So it's actually following the rules for wave 2. So if that's the case, I mean, and this is actually wave 2, this is a good buy. I mean, it's already a little bit above. Well, never really looked at the stock, but just throwing some fibs at it and see where it should go. So wave 3 projection. That's the one I use. Be the 127s. Yeah. So right here for target. If that is wave 2, so yeah, but you've seen on like Theta, if it's weak, it might not reach all the way. It might just break above these highs. But in order for this to be a wave 2 coming up, it's got to be go above wave 1. So a meme stock. Oh, Clove Crypto. It's a crypto then. Meme stock, crypto is the same thing. But now you got me analyzing this thing. So now I'm going to draw the ABC waves right here. I mean the 1, 2, 3s. There's Clover Investment, not really looking at it, but the structure is good. It just broke out of structure. And now if this is really bullish, say they got some good news and like still like it has momentum going up, this could be a good buy. So here's wave 2, wave 3 right here. right? That's being conservative. Wave 4 and 5 we don't know yet. Right? So find wave 4. Find the hypothetical wave 3. So wave 4 can be right there. It can't go higher, so you know what I mean? It doesn't go lower than wave 1. So wave 4 can never go lower than wave 1. So if that happens, alright, then we can look at wave 5 and see the long-term projection. That's if you trade the second wave on the longer count, on the 1 hour. So this is using wave theory. So the wave 5 projection would be right here. So like I did, usually I do that. See how you have I have the boxes right there, and then I'll write wave 2, and then wave 4 would be right here, and then here's wave 5 right here. These are all the conservative numbers that you know are gonna hit, and like in the future you're gonna see these numbers. When, you don't know, because wave 3 could take forever. It could be like, you know, it could take months, but at least you have kind of like the zones where it should go. So if you take it out, to clean this up real quick. You should be left with something like this for projections. You know? And there you go. That's the first one. That's this. You counting this as an impulse wave, which it should be. That's definitely, hands down, that's an impulse wave. Hands down, you know, wave 2 retraced where it should have. So this got a couple things. So this whole part of it, this whole thing where wave 3, 4, and 5 could be, are possibilities. Now if it fails and say like wave 4 goes below wave 1, then you sell. Then that's your stop loss. You know what I mean? That's how I do it. It's like, that's how I do it. Anyways, if 4 goes, I start selling. If it goes lower than wave 1, because now I gotta recount it, and maybe this one was the 5th wave. Well, let me see about the other one that you said, but I'm gonna actually keep that in the radar. CLOV crypto. What is CLOV? Clover. The CLOV on an exchange. I only fuck with things that are on exchange because it's liquid, you can buy and sell it. And here we go once again. We got Matic. Traded the channel, now it's about to break out of the channel. Again. So that's bullish. Matic is bullish. Actually, we make the. Yes, that's it. But you see it breaking out of the channel? It's like, those look like trades you want to like jump in. And $2 from BM. So you see the breakout happening. So I used to trade futures. That's what I used to do. Like when you're trading like 1 minute, 15-second charts. So let's look at Clover. So you with me still? I know you're busy too, but just don't want to feel like I'm talking to the air. So I'm put Hakanachis on this, and this is Clover wrapped with Ethereum. So is this? Yeah, this is against Ethereum, not the USD. Let's see if they have. No. So Clover, they only have Clover wrapped with against Ethereum. They don't have it against the USD. Could figure it out how much exactly, but not. One thing is that the volume is pretty low because you see how the days are kind of separated, pretty tight. CLOV. Stock, is that the one we just did? Clove. If it's a stock that was up over 300% in the last in the last month, then that's the one I just did. You see, stock Clove, which is Clover Health Insurance. Yeah, nothing else that's close to that. Clover Health Insurance. Oh, Clove. So it was like Clover Health Insurance? Yeah, if it's that one, then it is one that I'm keeping on the radar because of the analysis you just did. Because, you know, going back to it, this is the 1 hour chart. And we did the whole Elliott thing and like the whole analysis of it. You know. So I want to see if it's it's actually an IPO. So TRCH. Yeah, that's one that was on the chat, and then I was like, I don't know, it's kind of up pretty hard. I think it could retrace, but I don't know. But still, even this right here, this isn't very, this is pretty, you can still trade this to the downside, to short. So Clove, like the way, say this does happen, like the structure that would make would be, it's kind of like ascendant triangle. So an ascendant triangle is pretty bearish. Say if there's something like that, like an ascendant triangle, and you see this structure once it breaks out and goes vertical, and I've seen it all the time. Once the structure goes up, and say it breaks the structure, goes up like vertical almost, usually like the retracement would be like back down to like here, like pretty much mid of the pole. So if like the ascendant triangle is like that, is shaped like that, usually like a place for it to retrace that I found is pretty successful rate is halfway down, like the pole. I call this the pole, like the first impulse wave of the ascendant triangle. So with Clove, CLOV, that's a trade. It's still, so right now it's on a bullish mode trade. Unless something happens that this doesn't happen, it's still bullish. Like your stop loss would be if it breaks below 1150, then you know that it's broken down. So if it breaks below 1130 would be the stop loss, but I'd do a trailing stop all the way up. Meme stocks right now, right? Yeah, I got FEG, so I got some of that. I think FEG is probably like the best one of all of them. SHIB and Akita I think is better than SHIB, but they'll be battling. But that's with Clove right there. Now I want to see TRCH. So that's the Clove trade, bullish, right? Damn. See, here we go. Or we see a balloon pop. Damn. And this is the 3-hour chart. Every blue line that you see is a day. So, yeah, it was up here when he mentioned it. I forget what the price was when he had mentioned it. Virtual using them like virtual using to pay stuff. Shib and Nikita, yeah. They just kind of like dodge killers, so they're out there in the mix. They kind of, you have to get them. I haven't caught up on like the BMT founders chat, but I see you guys been writing. But I'm just gonna keep going. I want to see this TRCH, right? And I forget when he mentioned it that I was a little bit on the bearish side just because, but I didn't look at it like this, you know. So still looking at it like the long term, it pushed above these prices, so it's a reversal of trend. So you can count this as an impulse wave. So it's gonna do it again. Watch, it's gonna happen. So real quick, it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC. That's just basic, and then you can look for patterns in it. So it's just because I see it all the time. 3, 4, 5, right? And then here's your A, B, C. So now from here we should get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2. Okay. So we got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off of this. So there's a correction, which is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's the ABC correction. So this is just theory, not like, you know, I know what's gonna, this is exactly what's gonna happen. This Elliott theory. So this is all theory. So ABC correction, this could be, you know, B wave could go all the way back up when it bounced. A wave might not be done already. It could be coming down like that. You can't measure, like on this count right here, it's gonna be an ABC correction, but it could be like, it could even go all the way down like this. But typically they look the same. You know, it could be an ABC correction like that, which would create, and it's still bullish because as long as this is like within the channel support level right here. I always say channels, but I should just draw them. So this is like the channel I'm looking at, something like this. So you see, you could correct up to here or down to the bottom, and the thing is still bullish. It's actually making that shape that I was saying, like a flat bottom. I gotta look to the right to look, but same kind of, same structure, which is bullish, still bullish. So I don't know if this has news, and if it does have news, it's better. So there's 1, 2 touches, still good, you know, because we just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC correction, another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't know if this is gonna be an ABC correction like this bad, like that. Like, you don't know that, but it can do that and still remain bullish. That's the thing. It could do it there. It could do it like right here. Right now the price is down here already at $5, 502. But say if it comes back up, you know, if it comes up above this, then we gotta count that as a another first, as a whole different count. It can't do this as a correction. It could be small, but it's definitely going to do some sort of ABC, and the C is always lower than the A. Could be a dollar, like a penny lower, 50 cents lower, but it'll always have to be lower. And that's when you draw them out like this ABC. I can count this as being correct. I can just bank on this one because that's what it did before it made another wave up. So now, since those are up, you can count these as subwaves now if we go for the longer count on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with everything remaining the way it is and nothing gets broken, no rules get broken on the count. You know, this would be 4 would have to be here because I'm counting this as wave 1. 4 would have to be here, which is, and then 5 up and break. So this one I'm going to change the color just so you can kind of see it a little different. But look at Matic, huh? Look at this baby, huh? See, alright, I'm a little over even now. I'm actually positive on the trade, so I did buy it around the 119 areas. But look at Matic breaking out again. I like it. So I haven't done the count for Matic, but I'm sure there's something going on over there. I just see it from the corner of the eye. You see green. I just kind of look at it. I wanted to go by, because by tomorrow I want to like withdraw more than what I put in initially. That's what trading is all about. But with TRCH, if everything remains bullish, the news is good and everything, we might see something like this. Maybe worst case scenario. But look at Matic blasting. And you know, that's why another thing is tape reading, like looking at the order book, because it kind of gives you an idea of when it's going to break out, when the orders are stacking up and everything like that. So that I got a little bit of that. But with TRCH, it's hypothesizing, something like that. So still bullish, even if it comes all the way. I mean, at the moment is bearish, but the long term is bullish, and it can even come down here. If it comes down here and V bottoms and does some structure, it'd have to break above this, right? This is just like, I don't know, like just structure reading, I guess you can call it. It'd have to break above this line, and if it really breaks above that line and pushes, then you know it's good to go. Like it'll do another like ABC something. So it can do like bullish would be it'd have to break this line of 212. Breaks that, then it can do, you know, another something like that. All in theory. But that's, you know, when you're trading in theory, at least it kind of gives you a map of possibilities, you know. That's what I was telling Daniel, right? I don't know if you're still listening, but I was telling Daniel, was like, oh, he's like, he said he wanted to post up some possibilities that could happen. I was like, yeah, you know, let him know that it can go up, or it can go down, or it can go sideways. That way you're never wrong, right? Anyways, I don't know. I'm trying to get back to the page where I could see how many, like, see the peeps are on there, but I can't find it. YouTube Studio, let's see. I don't know. But yeah, that's with TRCH. That's a technical markup. These are the possibilities, you know. So say as of now, and you can just watch it. If it violates some things, you can, you know, you stretch it up and down to meet the points. Persistence is peaking out. Persistence is kind of peaking out right here at the 1150s. So it's about ready to break the structure. So see which way. I mean, more I sold into it. I was a little bullish, sold early, missed the gains. How much of a gain? This is what I hate to see. How much gains I missed. I missed a 4% gain from like selling early. But I'm gonna buy them all back, so I'm long. I can see there's a nice break of structure here. So now we should see the retracement down, just because it's broken the channel. Let me just stretch this out a little more. Yeah, it's peaked out. So we'll take a little ride down with it. I sold a little early on it. It's me and you. Alright. But yeah, with TRCH. Another thing that could be happen is as long as the news keeps pumping, then it's good. But yeah, if this price goes any lower, then this is null and void. Then this isn't a wave one. Then you know that this isn't gonna happen. I mean, not that one. Actually, I don't have another wave count, so yeah. Actually, yeah. No, you know that it's not gonna go up higher on this one because wave 4 is gonna go below wave 1. So if the price goes down tomorrow, then you know it's gonna be bearish, and we're actually gonna be on a short-term bottom, and it can go probably all the way back down to $1.30 or something like that. If it goes down below like 470. And right now it's 502. And persistence is breaking the structure, so I should see a nice retracement on this one. You know, I got my buy orders at the bottom, right there, pretty conservative. It could go back down to like the 970s, being at 11, and it's still healthy. But that's a hell of a run. Let's see what this run was from yesterday, pretty much from $9 up to here. That's 26%. So I gained, I can say persistent. Oh, sorry, dude. Persistent did better than Doge. Doge was up 22%. Persistent was up. It peaked out at 26.5%. So persistent beat Doge today on the recovery. So yeah, I sold right there just because it, you know, went above the channel, you know, violated, you know, but it kept on continuing the channel. Now it's just recently just broke, made like a symmetric triangle structure. So I always look for structures that get made, and now it's broken and now it's retracing on that one. I'm gonna see what Theta is doing, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna get something to eat probably. Theta's are $7, so you know, still, this isn't the one I have marked up. This is the one. So I have two of them. One's marked up, one's not. But so yeah, something like that. Let's see. I go to trades to learn because I think I've seen some structures that were pretty similar trades. So all right, here it is. A strategy, okay. We'll call it like a strategy that I used. Okay. This one called bump and run. Okay. It's kind of like a strategy. You see how I consolidated at the top? It's kind of like what Theta did. So I had to sell over, you know, over here. So it's kind of doing the same thing. When it ran up, it kind of consolidated in this area. Same thing it did here, and then you know it sold off. I bought it back, and then just kept on buying it all the way down. If I wasn't working and busy, I would have traded it the right way. I would have just shorted into it, find support, but you know, I hate selling Theta around $7. Like anything under $7, I want to buy it. I don't want to sell Theta under $7. Right now it's $7. So see this on this right here, you know, I'm holding, so I'm gonna buy. If it comes back down, I'm gonna buy. But right, it had a lot of volume that's caused this to happen. It's pretty similar to this little strategy that I have, you know. I call it bump and run because it makes a bump and then it runs, but this is a retracement. You want to be a buyer once this is all over. Once some bearishness happens here, to side, or it does this theorized ABC, worst case scenario. But my support level is right here. This is where I do want to buy at this point, which is 618, which would be a crazy nice price. But at the same time, after that happens, it can come down. So that's one strategy that's used. You kind of see I got the trend line going. Pretty much everything's the same. See this line? Everything's pretty much the same. That's why it's kind of like I didn't want to do it. It's just you have it. Like that's, if you don't do it, then you know, then you say to yourself, I should have done. That's the thing. And this is like just I pull it out of this, the trade to learn. You know, I'm showing this on YouTube, but these are all like all the different strategies I've done. Pick them up with trading the futures and stuff. And if I put it on this file, that means these are trades to learn. I have another file I didn't share, but trades I've made, which is a lot more. Like I've made a lot more trades that are good. That's trades to learn. What is? Trades made. This file. Medium icons. So trades made. Those are like good trades here, but don't lean. So like on this one this one says. This one's doing futures. So this is like when I'm up, you know, I'm up, and then I guess I leaned on it, and I got stopped out. So that's a trade that I don't want to do, you know. So it looks like I bought the bottom of the channel, started selling the center, started selling the center. I got a couple buys there. Seeing the structure, sold it. I thought I was gonna retrace, sold it, short, and stopped. So I started shorting it right here. I started shorting it here. So it looks like, and this is pretty much the last one. This is one that's not a trade to learn. So at the top of the channel, kind of like what actually, this trade is what I'm doing in persistent. What I said that I sold too early. I pretty much did the same exact thing in persistent, but I'm not gonna get stopped out because I'm buying them back. But just because at the top of the channel I start selling it, but the slope is pretty steep, so I can continue going. And as this trade happened, you can see it retraced only to the middle of the channel. If I keep on continuing this line, it kept on traveling in the channel. So probably like the best would be to sell an extreme above the channel. So, but that's one strategy there. But the trade on the file that says trades to learn, that's the one that it's trades to learn. And just getting good at, you know, I got good at a few of them. But if I see it, I do it. There's probably some on there that I don't use all the time. Let's see this one. So if I wrote it up, then it's something to learn. So this is kind of opposite of what I'm expecting. So a strong retracement. See the structure break here, even though it's early. So this is kind of like what I'm expecting in persistent at the moment. Now that it's broken the structure. Granted, it's up there, but it's broken the structure, and there hasn't been enough time yet, but it's pretty weak. There's more sellers than there are buyers, so that's pretty good. I just want to get filled back up over here, which would give me overall from where roughly where I sold, which was above 11. I'll be making a 5% and an 8%. So I'm hoping to reach, like, you know, I'm just doing it to gain more coin, pretty much. But Theta's at 7. But yo, I don't know if you're there or not. I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna get something to eat. It's 8:30. I'm already in the trade, persistent right there. Usually, like when I record it, you kind of see the same thing when I trade it. I just end it, and then the next morning it'll come down with the flush and get filled. But that's mostly because like the count. And you know what? Trading View doesn't even have persistence on here. I have to catch up. Let me see the messages. Yeah, Yeah, Justin, if you're still listening, just give me a call. I can let this keep streaming. I've been here for almost 2.5 hours. I can let this keep streaming, but I'll just end it, especially if it's going to be recorded. You know, this is just like the first stream, but I'll have some content ready versus just like streaming. And here we go. Here's another one. Another nice flag structure ready to break out. Matic, do it. So let's see. Let me look at Matic on TradingView just because it's easier to draw. So here's Matic. Yeah, so I already have like a little projection. I haven't done a full out analysis on this, but I do like the structure that it's making. See if we can get a break of this. Okay. Let's get the magnets. So yeah, I know there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the subwaves, but I like to see, you know, that this has already happened, but I wanna, if this could happen, maybe I'll keep it in there for a little bit longer, but it's definitely looking bullish. So this is 1, 2, 3 will be far and long ways. Oh. 4 would be here. So if it holds 280, 5 can go up there. So let me just see where 3 may go. Because I think because I stretched out so far, and this is on the long count. Because it's stretched out so far, I think it can go a long ways. No, I kind of stretched it out a little longer. It can go to the 116s, but it can go anywhere around here actually. So a conservative would be right there. So third wave between the 100 and the 161. The center of that would be right there. Wave 4 can be no lower than wave 1, so that's pretty tight. If the stop loss would be at 290, but I like to see that happen. And then wave 5. Wave 5 exit be anywhere in there, and this is the 160, so this is like the highest. That's 4-matic. So that's pretty much Elliott wave count theory, and that's from, you know, like this is just like measurements, not the trend line. So it'd have to be a structure break above there to make it into the zone, somewhere in the zone, and that'd be nice. That's the bullish case, and because it did this impulse wave and a nice V bottom, then it can move. Anyways, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm in this trade. Till next time, peace.